Romance is nothing more than a mating call that men use to be able to have sex with women. It's really that simple. Very rarely are you going to find men that continue the same level of romanticism that they had in the beginning of the relationship, because men are not inherently romantic. It is a type of mating call. It is simply an investment that they make with their time, money, and energy to have you lower your guard, to feel more comfortable, to be able to sleep with them. Once they're able to sleep with you regularly, and once they actually get you in a relationship, their efforts are always quickly going to dwindle down, because why would they need to continue to be romantic to you when you're still giving them access to sex? And then not only that, you're giving them more access to other things over time, despite their reduced effort and romanticism due to the fact that they have now decided to commit to you, which we know that that's not happening, but that's a different video for a different day. A lot of women always fall for the okie doke of like, oh, he got me roses, he got me flowers, he got me chocolates, he took me to this nice restaurant. Okay, why wouldn't he do that if you want sex? Right? Like, come on, that's pretty much a mating call, right? When peacocks show their feathers, when spiders use the web and they spin around all these things and like make this little intricate gift for the female spider, it's the same exact thing. He's going to court you, he's going to spend money, he's going to be very sweet and loving to you, so that way you can sleep with him and give him the opportunity to mate. Once he does that, in most cases, not all men, because y'all love to get on here and be like, well, my husband doesn't do that. My boyfriend, we've been together for 25 years and he takes me out on a date every single day. So now I have to start saying not all men, because people don't have fucking common sense. But anyway, not all men. However, I would say a large majority of them just simply see romanticism as a way to get into your pants quicker. And once they feel comfortable enough, and once they feel as though they have enough access to you, their efforts are truly going to reduce over time, because they already have access to you and they don't want to be romantic. Like, men don't wake up one day and say, oh my God, I'm going to find a woman and I can't wait to take her out on dates and I can't wait to buy her all these things and I can't wait to make her happy. They're not thinking that, okay? They're simply being nice. They're simply doing all the things that way they can have sex with you, okay? They're not doing it because they actually like you. They're not doing it because they actually see you as somebody special. It is 1000% transactional on their end. Once they are able to get the full transaction completed, men don't see the need to continue to be romantic because they don't want to be romantic. It's just something that society tells them to do that they know that impresses women. And so they understand that that will increase their chances of being able to sleep with you. Especially now when these men are asking to go 50-50. These men are expecting sex after one date when they're spending $100. Then that makes it very easy to use romance as a way to be able to get access to women, because if men are over here trying to sleep with you after one date, but then you have a man over here that's buying you shit, doing everything, I mean, come on. That makes it very, very easy for men that actually do use romance to be able to have access to women that they want. So personally, I would never be impressed by romance. I've really never been impressed by romance because it's a very low budget, very low effort, a very low return thing on that you're getting to put yourself in a predicament where you can get an STD, you can get pregnant, and then also you're exchanging your energy with a man who in most cases has not addressed his trauma. He has a lot of repressed emotions. He has a lot of generational issues. He has a lot of demons that he is fighting. He has a lot of things that he's holding on to that he is now passing on to you while you all engage in intercourse. Some roses and flowers and some sweet nothings, in my opinion, ain't really worth all of that for what it is that you're giving up just to have a man be romantic to you. Romanticize yourself. And if you do want to deal with men, deal with them only while they're being romantic. And the standard needs to be very high of the romanticism that you are accepting from these men. Once the romance stops, you stop talking to them, find another guy, wash, rinse, repeat.
Well, you say this because you clearly don't know how far men would actually go for a woman they love. And that's because it's now a rare phenomenon. Women don't love men unconditionally and believe in hypergamy. Therefore, this is exactly the type of men we find in abundance now, because you made them adapt.
I drove all the way to his work to take him lunch. that I went to go get for him. And I got him Nashville hot fries, which is like a big thing of like loaded fries and a mini chicken cluck sandwich. And he told me that he's not hungry. He's not hungry, and he can get it later. He'll see me later. Mind you, I drove all the way to the plaza by his job just to bring him lunch. And he's stuffed. He's full. Doesn't want to see me. Doesn't want my food. When they really stop liking you, there will be signs. When they really don't fuck with you anymore, there will be signs. So don't waste your time and don't waste your money on somebody who's not like, oh my God, babe, you bought me lunch? That's fucking awesome. I can't wait to see you. I would love to see you. I'm not that hungry right now, but I'll eat it later. You're awesome. You're amazing. No. That's not how I get treated. I'm still gonna go take it to him because I didn't drive over here for nothing. So I'm just gonna hand it off. See you later. Cool.
We would definitely love to know the other side of the story, where there's something you did for sure that pissed him off, and now he wants some space.
Someone on here said that once you're able to recognize when a man hates his partner, it's almost impossible for you to unsee it, and it is so true. I just came back from a work conference, and while traveling at the airport, I didn't have my son, so I was people watching, and I saw so many couples where it was very clear that the man hated the woman. Here's an example. There was this stunning girl at the gate. As soon as I got to the gate, I noticed her. She was like one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Her makeup was done. She was so put together. She had a nice outfit on, and I thought she was traveling alone. Actually, the guy she was sitting next to was traveling with her, and the only way I knew that is because when we started boarding, he hopped up and got in line to board and left her with 2 roller bags, her purse, her jacket, and a coffee to manage. And she called out to him. She was like, babe, babe, babe. And finally he came back. He took 1 bag and he went back in line. He boarded that flight with his back turned towards her the entire time. She had like 3 things in her hands, and he did not speak to her for the entire boarding. Obviously, I don't know the full situation there, but like, take a bag, help your girl out.
We know men are done, and the ones who are stuck can be seen frustrated from miles away.
Men really be hating their girlfriends. The other day I was talking to my bro, right? And we got on the topic of like men cheating, and I'm just like, bro, if you gotta get to the point of cheating, just leave. Like, it's never that serious. And he was just like, nah, like, imagine you've been with a girl for like 2-3 years or whatever. Like, things are not gonna always be the same no more, but it's like you don't want to leave her, so it's just like you gotta go out and do you. And then he described the scenario when he was with his ex-girlfriend, and he was just like, yeah, bro, like anytime that girl would come around, I'll just be like, like mad angry. And I'm just like, yo, imagine you are so in love with a man, you're just like, my man, and the whole time this man is like grunting every time you enter the room. He's sad, he's mad. No way. And then I remember that trend on Twitter when guys were like talking about stuff that they hate that their girlfriends do. For example, this one guy was talking about when she sends me selfies, and he was just like, like, why are you sending me pictures? Are you homosexual?
This generation really is cooked, especially what women have done to men.
Woo! Some of y'all women gonna get mad at me today, so if you can't take constructive criticism, baby, keep on scrolling. Many of you women are not really what you think you're cracked up to be. Like, some of y'all are really not great people to be in relationships with. Y'all know I work with couples every single day, and I'm gonna go ahead and make a list of everything that I have to work through. First things first, quit coming into relationships trying to make a man secure your insecurities. That's your job. If you lack confidence, if you have low self-esteem, if there's still trauma that you're operating in, if you're self-critical, if you're judgmental when it comes to yourself, if you blame yourself, if you're still operating in guilt and trauma and everything else, baby, that's for you to handle, not him. Respect his space. Like, stop becoming so preoccupied and hyper aware of what a man has going on. As soon as you see his mood is off a little bit, you start becoming overwhelming. What's wrong? Let me tell you how men are. A lot of men, when they are going through stuff, they may end up withdrawing or retreating because they're trying to figure it out. They're not always upset at you. Their moods are not changing just because of you. People go through things in a way that men are. They don't express themselves as much as we do as women. It's okay. Give that man some space. Oh yeah, the clinginess. clinginess is cute to an extent, baby, but once you become codependent and you're always getting jealous whenever this person goes out, and you become anxious whenever they're not around you, you start blowing up their phones so they gonna hang out with their friends, that is problematic, and you're gonna push them away. As much as many of you all don't want to believe it, it's absolutely okay for a man to admire another woman, as long as it is a quick look, boom, and he's not staring, and he doesn't have a wandering eye, and he's not impulsive, and he's not a cheater. If he's all of those, baby, why are you with him in the first place? You're ignoring the red flags. You're settling. As long as that man is not window shopping or ordering off the menu, relax. He has a visual appetite. If he sees a beautiful woman, it's okay to admire. Just like if you see a handsome man, you're going to admire him too. Relax. Stop letting yourself go. Just because you're in a relationship doesn't mean that you need to stop doing everything that you did in the beginning. If you always kept your skin together, your nails together, your lashes together, your hair done, your body was waxed up at the beginning, keep that same energy. Hold your end of the relationship. Remember, visual. A man still has a visual appetite, and he loves what he sees, baby, because you're going to stimulate a whole lot more in him. Don't let yourself go because you secured the relationship. As much as you want to believe it, you're not always right. As much as you want to always be in control, you have to let some things go, baby. You cannot love a man the way you want to love him. If you study him, if you pay attention, if you actually listen, I guarantee you he would tell you how to love him. You cannot limit the way you love him to a love language. That's why I hate the conversation of love language. You can ask a man, what's your favorite love language? And he can say, oh, acts of service. And you think that's all you have to do to love him? No, baby, you got to study your man. Stop nagging him all the time. It's perfect. Okay, quit always expressing your dissatisfactions. If you see he's putting in efforts in other places, please uplift those efforts. Acknowledge him. Show that you appreciate that. If it's something like a pet peeve, baby, compromise. I know a lot of women have a hard time compromising. Baby, you got to find a middle ground. Sometimes it's just not worth you bringing up a dissatisfaction. A lot of you all just be nagging. You're pushing that man away. It's okay. He's not always going to fit your idea. He's not always going to satisfy you in every area. Baby, I promise you, every trait that you may have on your beautiful checkoff list, he may not measure up to every single one of them. That's why you have to be selective. But stop nagging all the time. You can't read minds and you can't predict the future. So stop trying to interpret things and stop trying to jump to conclusions. Baby, it's not healthy. It's a distorted way of thinking, and it will kill your relationship. Being independent is okay, but why do you have to be so independent that you're unreceptive? Men love to be needed. If you're so independent that you won't even allow him to help, what is he there for? Stop involving everybody in your relationship. I don't care if it's friends or family. They have no place to be in your relationship. So stop involving them. Their opinions do not matter. Their advice does not matter. They are not the person that you were sleeping with. Relax. You think you're doing something when you're comparing your man to everybody else. You're comparing your man to your best friend's husband, yada, yada, yada. And now he's pretending to be something that he's not. That's very uncomfortable for a man. Baby, constructive criticism and destructive criticism are real things. If you're always criticizing, you're going to push him away, and he's going to end up faking things, and that's going to make him unhappy, and then the intimacy is going to decline. And whose fault is that going to be? Yeah, because you were comparing. Many of you ladies are not the inspiration that you think that you are. I'm sorry to break it to you. If you're always operating in your comfort zone and you refuse to take risks and you lack intellectual intimacy, you don't go out there and try to learn new things, baby, you're not reaching new opportunities, you're always low in your confidence, you're not really inspiring this person. If this person is trying to grow, and you want to stay and you want to be on social media or on your phone and everybody else's business, and you're not really doing anything to add to his fruition, baby, eventually he's going to grow without you. Pessimism. Stop being negative all the time. Communication. Learn to listen. Validate their experiences. Don't interrupt. You know what? The list can go on. Just work on your communication, baby, okay? Now, I know some of y'all gonna get to the end of this video and be like, Look, if you want a healthier relationship, start taking criticism. Take each piece if it applies and let it apply. If it doesn't, then go on about your business. But if you want a healthier relationship, if you're dating, if you're a girlfriend, if you're a wife, whatever it may be, you want a healthy relationship, baby, take the criticism as constructive. Take it as a learning tool. Use it and change.
So many men should send this to all the women in their lives, but maybe they want cause, they all want peace.
You're in a relationship, you are with a guy, but he's losing attraction to you. You can feel it, you can see it, it's visceral, you have instinct, you're a woman, he's losing interest in you. Before you leave him, which is the common advice, because then we'd be leaving everybody all the time, he does this wrong, he sneezes, he loses attraction, we leave them. Instead of that, I want you to do these two things first, and then a bonus at the end, okay? Thing number one, I want you to evaluate yourself first. Have you been stressed, reactive to him? Have you given up your hobbies? Started thinking about him more than you think about yourself? Thinking about where he is during the day? Thinking about where he goes? Trying to preempt his needs? Trying to mother him by asking him what he's eaten, what he needs to eat, what he needs to do? Telling him off about things that he has done? Eaten fried food, not worked out? Nagged him about taking you out more? Nagged him about needing more attention? Gone on about the fact that he's losing interest in you, moaned about the fact that he's not sleeping with you, completely put him first, decided to make not yourself happy, but be good at everything in his life and basically be the do-gooder. Are you those things? Those are about 15 things. That's the first thing you're going to do. How many of those things have you done? Second action you're going to take. You're going to throw all those things in the bin. You're not going to do them again. Instead, you're going to focus first on yourself. Every time you think about him, you're going to do something useful for yourself. Drink a green juice, have a coffee, go to the gym, write that book you've been meaning to write, finish your work for your college, whatever it is. Every time you think about him, that's your penance to do something for yourself. You're going to hang out with your friends. You're going to do your hobbies. You're going to get obsessed with the journey that you're on, how you look, what you're doing, where you're going, the college you want to get into, the job you want to get, all those things. If he's not made time with you and you've made time with your friends, you're not going to cancel, my friend. You're not going to cancel. You're going to go ahead and do that thing you were doing with your friends no matter how much it kills you, okay? That's what you're going to do because he's not reserved that time with you. You are stop nagging him. You're going to stop telling him what to do. You're going to stop mothering him. You're going to stop all of that. You're going to be almost selfish. It's all about you. You're going to make you happy and you're going to stop being the good girl. You're going to give it 3 months. You are not going to speak on it 3 months. And then write me. Write me what happens. Last but not least, my 20 feminine energy principles. When you're in your feminine energy, you are magnetic, baby. You are magnetic to men. I've put it on discount. It's in my link in bio. Go get it if you want to. Don't if you don't want to. Those are my 20 feminine energy principles. From start, which is confidence, to the end, which is dating. So do those 2 things. And bonus if you want to. And come back and tell me. Because mommy knows. Mommy wouldn't lie to you.
The thing is, as soon as you feel like you're nagging him all the time, you don't really like him. You like a version of him that exists only in your head, and he won't become that person. So even if he wants you again in 3 months, you won't be happy with him in the long run.
What's something you'll get a lot of hate for if you say it out loud?
Men grow up their whole lives being taught how to treat a woman, but never what to expect from one. While women grow up their whole lives being taught what to expect from a man, but never how to treat one. And that imbalance is quietly destroying all modern relationships. Because from a young age, men are taught to open doors, pull out chairs, be patient, be understanding, be accommodating, prioritize her needs, and absorb her complaints. But no one ever teaches them how to set boundaries. No one ever teaches him that his needs, his desires, his emotional safety actually matter too. So he grows up overgiving, overfunctioning, self-abandoning. And when he finally starts to feel that all his efforts are unseen, unappreciated, and most importantly, unreciprocated, when he finally realizes that they are not going to treat him the way that he treats them, he doesn't explode. He goes quiet. He withdraws. When he does this, that withdrawal gets labeled as emotional unavailability, disinterest, as him not caring anymore. So what does she do? She goes and vents to her friends. And what do? They all validate her feelings. Tell her she deserves more. And we all know what path that leads to. But what never gets examined, the question that women never seem to ask, what could she do to make things better? What did he need and never received? This is why most relationships get to a point where they are filled with resentment instead of love and attraction. And that's where men stop showing up, not because they don't care, but because caring has cost them too much for too long. And here's the truth most people don't want to hear. A man who knows his value stops chasing her approval, stops trying to do anything he can to make her happy. He starts setting his boundaries, his standards, and when he does, this type of dynamic either rises to meet him where he's at, or he will walk away because a toxic relationship like that is far beneath him. And that's not arrogance. It's self-respect and self-care. Something that men have been taught they are not allowed to do for far too long. Stay strong, Kings.
Until modern women relearn how to communicate, love, and respect men, we will never feel comfortable completely loving women. And that's it for today on Sigma Traits. Make sure you hit that like button, smash that subscribe button, and don't forget to ring that notification bell. Support this channel through membership. You can also support through PayPal link in the description. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.